And I'm Stephen.
And we have 3 adult children.
We've been at a large church in Sydney for about 30 years, serving in a variety of roles at that church. So we were heading down the pathway of ongoing involvement in our local church, where we've been involved in a range of ministries, continuing to work for the next 10 or so years.
My plan had been for the next few years to be actually doing a Master of Creative Writing. So we were driving through regional New South Wales and suddenly thought, well, perhaps we could be useful in a local church regionally rather than remain in our Sydney church, which we dearly love.
Yeah, so we've taken steps to explore that and to think through how we could downsize my work commitment and move out of Sydney to find somewhere where we could be involved.
Yeah, and so to do that we have undertaken some steps. I'm no longer doing any study in creative writing, but I'm actually now at Moore College doing an advanced diploma and hopefully learning much more about not just Bible knowledge but about myself and about various ways you can be used in ministry.
And I'm continuing to work full-time, but I'm doing a diploma of biblical theology online, as well as exploring some different ministry opportunities that we have at church just to broaden our skill set. So one of the things I've enjoyed about the Diploma of Biblical Theology has been it hasn't just been kind of Old Testament, New Testament teaching. It's also had some very practical areas of study. So one of those has been apologetics, had the opportunity to think through worldviews and in fact be required to interview someone to understand their worldview and how you might frame the gospel within that context.
And what I have enjoyed about study has been this year face-to-face with various students and developing relationships, but also being stretched not just because of Bible knowledge but because of thinking through things in my areas in my life where I need to grow. And whatever assignment I'm doing, God really does not just help me learn knowledge but actually think about myself and think about how this actually impacts and affects my life. And He's working on that to hone me to become more like Jesus, which is wonderful.
So if you've reached the age where perhaps your children are left school and there are opportunities, you have more time on your hand to be engaged in ministry, we'd encourage you to think about going to college, getting some more skills and looking outside where you currently are for opportunities where you can serve God.
And I know that hasn't been an easy decision for us because we feel the pull of having children in Sydney, but we don't know eventually where they'll end up. And so we've actually taken this step to think not beyond just our comfort zone and count that as a cost, but as a worthwhile cost.
So will you pray for us as we head out to regional Australia, that God would make us effective and useful in whatever local church we end up in?